So, good afternoon to you. I'm sorry for this miscommunication. I decided not to talk about ECMA, but to share a story with you about followers turning to leaders. Is this the machine to... or is this a new Nokia handy? Which one is grün? Yeah, okay. Grün is green in Swiss German. Okay. Now, before I share this story with you, a story that is very close to my heart, let's have a brief look at what leadership is about. We've heard a lot this morning, but I'd like to recap with you. Leadership is about having a vision, or if you want so, having a dream. And it's about the passion and the conviction to achieve that dream. But it's also about inspiring others to follow you in that dream. And this is very important, it's about encouraging followers to become leaders. Now, to me personally, the inspiration and the encouragement is the most important part. If your action inspires others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and therefore to become more, you are a true leader. Okay, I invite you to grab your handbags because we are moving this stage. We are moving it to a Greek island, Corfu. This island, as you can see on this picture, has a very characteristic landscape. It's dominated by olive trees, trees that have been there for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And those who know Greece and the Greek people, you know the Greek people, especially those on the islands, they all have a little piece of land with a few olive trees and a goat or two. And these pieces of land are family possessions since generations. Now, with the tourism coming up about 20, 25 years ago, people started to sell their land to land developers. And these land developers would build hotels and apartments on it. But it was still more or less under control. Now, the country is in a financial crisis since 2 or 3 years, and the Greek government needs money. So the Greek government started to cash in taxes, something that they didn't do for a long time. Taxes on swimming pools and also taxes on land. Now, the Greek people, especially those on the islands, they don't have much money. And they can't afford to pay taxes for their little pieces of land. So they started to sell again. Sell to whomever was willing to buy, no matter the consequences. Now, we come to a vision of a woman who said, this is not a good development. I would like to preserve at least a part of this landscape. So she started to buy land. And she's not sure how much land she has by now, because in Greece nothing is for sure. But she estimates it's about 20 to 25,000 square meters. And on this land are a lot of olive trees, and olive trees tend to produce olives. So she said, what am I going to do with the olives? I don't want to make money with it, but I have to do something. So she hired a local woman, Eleftheria. She's in her mid-50s, born and raised on the island. And this woman was willing to organize at least the harvest of all the olives and sell it to an industrial mill, earn some money with it, so the land could be maintained. Eleftheria was a true follower of this idea, preserving the landscape, and she communicated this to the people in the villages and to the workers. And one of the workers is a young girl called Eleni, 35 years old, a marketing expert who lost her job 2 years ago in Athens and returned to her family on the island Corfu. And Eleni, being a marketing expert, thought, wow, we should do something additional. We have a great story to tell. We have a good product. And if we produce olive oil the traditional way in limited quantities, we can sell it at a good price. But the question was, to whom do we sell the olive oil? Because the Greek are not going to buy this olive oil. Another young woman, also a worker, to whom Eleni had spoken, said, oh, I have an uncle in Australia. Greek families, huge, yeah, spread all over the world. So this girl said, I have an uncle in Australia, and he has shops. He sells wine and fine food, and maybe he's willing to take this olive oil and sell it in Australia. I will contact him. Now, she was clever enough not to contact her uncle, but her aunt. And it took about 2 weeks before her aunt replied. But then an email came back saying, I fell in love with your initiative, and I told your uncle that if he's not supportive, I will fall out of love with him. Greek, yeah? You will hear from him shortly. Where are these women now? They founded a cooperation. They convinced the villagers who had not yet sold their land to join the cooperation. They fixed an old local mill. They took the money from all the people who had some money left, brought it into the cooperation. They could buy bottles, and they could make labels. And the beginning of next year, the first shipment of olive oil will leave for Australia. And I'm quite sure that this dynamic group of women will come up with a third vision. I don't know yet which one it is, but probably in a year I will know, and I can tell you. Now, sometimes as a leader, you want to make your followers to become leaders. And sometimes it just happens because your followers are inspired and they start to develop their own dream. And they have the courage and the passion and the conviction to do it. Now, I have developed something for you which I call Leave a Trail Cocktail. I hope it's going to help you remember what is important. Important is you must have a vision, or use the word dream, because it's closer to our heart. We understand much better what a dream is. Then you add some conviction, you add willpower and courage. This you shake up, or no, you ice it up with trust. Trust in yourself and trust in other people. You put willingness to work hard, and persistency. Shake it and serve it to your surrounding and let them taste, or let them get a taste of inspiration. If you manage that, you're a leader, and I'm quite sure all of you can do that. Thank you very much.